So I've been reading the story of Hezekiah the king, and I'm really fascinated about it, especially when it comes to how we should parent or be dads. But the story is the prophet Isaiah comes to the king and tells him that his life is about over. He shall surely die. And he tells him words that we hear all the time when it's about people that maybe not have much time left. He tells him to get his house in order. Now, when Hezekiah hears these words, the Bible says that he turns his face to the wall and he begins to pray. He wants more time, begging for his life. Now, you might be familiar with the story and you say, well, I know what happened. It's a good story, a good ending. God gives him 15 years. But we never really talk about how the story ends. God, of course, gives him 15 more years to his life. But the problem with Hezekiah is that he stops getting his house in order. Oftentimes, when we think we have a lot of time left, we find ourselves playing. When we think we have a lot of time left, we don't take life as seriously. We waste time, actually. Hezekiah had 15 more years to get his home in order, but he stopped. He began to gather things for himself, filling his house with toys, filling his home with riches, and all of these things, accumulating things to himself that pleased him. He stopped getting his house in order. What are you saying? Young dads, oftentimes we think we have so much time. We put off things to tomorrow. Oh yeah, we have a lot of time left. I can learn this with my child later. But actually, tomorrow, you've heard this a lot, is not promised. And life is but a vapor. What is 15 years anyway? We can say, well, 15 years and in a blink of an eye, here it is and it's over. We need to not waste time, especially the years and the time that God has so graciously given to us. By his grace, he gave him 15 more years and he wasted his time because of his selfishness. Dads, get your house in order. Pay attention and invest in your children today because tomorrow's not promised. Well, what happened to King Hezekiah? Well, I'm glad you asked. He filled his home. He wasted time. He raised the most wicked king in the history of the Bible. Well, why? He didn't find the urgency to get his home in order. He was so busy enjoying his extra time that he got left, and he forgot the reason that God gave him the extra time in the first place. Young dads, don't waste your time. Don't waste the gift that God has given you. Tomorrow is not promised. Get your house in order for your kids' sake. So what do we learn from Hezekiah? Well, we learned that we should not waste time playing around, doing things that don't put our house in order. Take the lesson and remember, don't waste your time. Get your house in order.